I did a video not too long ago on the Sony 1000X Mark IIIs and just how well Sony did at competing with the then de facto noise-canceling headphones at the time, the Bose QC35s. Honestly, they were pretty good, but they were also pricey, sitting around the same price as the QC35s at launch at about $350. These CH710Ns, yes, Sony is terrible at naming headphones, seem to have some of the same qualities that people appreciate about the 1000X Mark IIIs, but at a much lower $199. So, since Sony sent me a pair to borrow to check out, I figured I'd do a complete walkthrough on them and see how they stack up. Now, if you aren't familiar, a complete walkthrough on this channel is where I try to go through every single feature I possibly can on a new device so that you guys are better prepared should you be in the market to actually go buy one. With that said, there is a lot to go through. So, let's get started with the hardware. The first thing you'll notice about them is the fact that they are made out of a matte plastic that feels cheaper, of course, than the 1000X Mark IIIs, but still looks nice and minimalistic like those did, and makes them super light, 223 grams or so. They have a decent amount of cushion at the top, but there is a bit of a gap between the headband and the sides of your head, albeit not as much as on some other headphones I've used where it can actually look pretty awkward on those. On the left cup, we have our power button, our 3.5mm audio jack so that you can use the included cable to plug them in instead of using them via Bluetooth if you wanted, and we have a thankful USB-C port to use for charging them. According to Sony, they can get up to 60 minutes of use from 10 minutes of charge. So, as is the usual here, let's see how they do.
Battery, about 50%. Bluetooth connected. Battery, about 70%.
Now besides this, Sony also claims that on a full charge, you'll be able to get a whopping 35 hours of use. So again, let's do an albeit unscientific test and see how much they lose.
Battery, fully charged. Battery, about 70%.
Moving to the right cup, we have our volume up and down along with an action button in between them for pausing and playing music, answering calls, and you can tap and hold it to get Google Assistant or Siri, depending whether you have it connected to an iPhone or an Android device. It'll also ask if you want to use Bixby if using a Samsung phone. That button can also be double tapped to go forward a track in your playlist and triple tapped to go back. We also have a button to cycle between noise canceling on, ambient sound mode, which actively pulls in sound from outside, and ambient sound control off, which essentially makes them work like headphones without noise canceling or any added ambient sound being amplified. As with most headphone walkthroughs I do here on the channel, let's do the old microphone in the Earcup test to show what it sounds like along with those different versions. Now, unfortunately, since we're all in quarantine, I can't test this in a plane like I normally would, as I feel that's where noise canceling comes in the most handy. So instead, I've cranked the heater and opened the window, and I'm sitting quite close to both of them to try and mimic some ambient noise. I'm doing my best, guys. I don't know. First, though, here's what the room sounds like. Then here's what it sounds like with the microphone in the headphones with them off. Here's the headphones on and noise cancellation on.
Bluetooth connected.
Here are the headphones with ambient sound on.
Ambient sound.
Here are the headphones with ambient sound control off.
Ambient sound control off.
And now here's some music playing with noise cancellation on.
My composure ran away, disappeared without a trace. I can't cover up the pain.
And here's some music playing with ambient sound on.
Ambient sound.
My composure ran away, disappeared without a trace. I can't cover up the pain.
And here's some music playing with ambient sound control off.
Ambient sound control off.
Now, speaking of traveling with them, which hopefully we'll all be able to do again soonish, they don't come with any sort of case. I personally don't like the hard cases that these sometimes do come with, like the X1000 Mark IIIs, since they take up too much room in my bag, even though I get that they provide extra protection, whatever. But I do wish that these at least came with some sort of nice pouch that, like other headphones sometimes come with, just to keep them from getting scratched. The other issue here regarding portability is the fact that these headphones don't fold up in any way. Unlike others that can be folded so they can get more compact and fit in your bag much better, these are just rigid, so you'll have to figure out a way to wedge them in your travel gear or just wear them around your neck constantly. Something I also found odd is the fact that after trying to connect to the normal Sony headphones app on both iPhone and Android, it turns out that these headphones are not supported by the app. Now, I reached out for comment as to why they weren't supported and was told that there is no official word as to why they are not supported or whether they will be supported in the future, which seems just odd to me. The app normally lets you control the EQ settings, the noise cancellation levels, as well as a few other pretty handy features, and so it's just weird to me to not include it for these as well. At least at the time of doing this video, by the way. Let's hope that they'll add it eventually, and even just the more basic functions like the EQ, for example. And there you go, frankly. I mean, I'm not an audiophile, and so while I'm sure some people with better trained ears might hear a bigger difference between the two, I feel like the sound quality is still great, just for a much lower price. As for the noise cancellation, I can tell a bit more of a difference between the two. The 1000 Mark IIIs pretty much cancel out all noise for the most part, and these let a little bit in. So there is a bit of a difference, but honestly, for the price difference, I don't know, seems kind of good still. And frankly, when you compare these properly to another pair of noise canceling headphones that are the same price, then I feel like they're pretty good. What do you guys think though? Let me know in the comments below about this video, about these headphones. I'm always trying to improve this series, so let me know if I have any feedback from you on that as well. If you like this video though, please thumbs up it or share it. It's greatly appreciated. Also check out the rest of the channel. If you like what you see there, please subscribe and ding the bell next door to subscribe so you get notified when I do new videos. As always though, regardless, thanks for watching.